students, I welcome you to this lecture of refrigeration and air conditioning. Now in this lecture I will discuss the numerical problem on cooling and dehumidification. As you are already aware that this process is carried out in the air conditioner that we normally see in uh, in our homes, whether it is window air conditioner or split air conditioner. Okay, so the problem goes like that: air at 30 degrees Celsius dry bulb temperature and 60% relative humidity is passed through a cooling coil at the rate of 250 meter cube per minute. Okay, so here the dry bulb temperature is given to us as 30 degrees Celsius and relative humidity is 60% of the air that is entering into the cooling coil. Okay, and the flow rate, volume flow rate is given to us as 250 meter cube per minute. Okay, the air leaves the cooling coil at 14 degrees Celsius dry bulb temperature. Okay, now the temperature of the air leaving the cooling coil is given to us as 14 degrees Celsius. Okay, if the bypass factor is 0.1, right, the bypass factor of the cooling coil is given to us as 0.1. okay, find what we have to find: ADP, that is apparatus dew point. Okay, second is relative humidity of the air leaving the cooling coil, right, air when it leaves the cooling coil, then we have to find the relative humidity at the outlet. Capacity of the cooling coil in kilowatt, right, what is the capacity of the coil to provide the cooling to the air, that we have to calculate. Okay, and finally fourth one, the sensible heat factor, okay, of the cooling coil, that we have to find, right. So the numerology or terminology that you can say that I will use here will be capital T will be for dry bulb temperature, phi will be for the relative humidity, and V dot A is nothing but the volume flow rate of the air, right. So T1 is nothing but the dry bulb temperature, it is given to us as 30 degrees Celsius, right. Similarly, relative humidity at the inlet is given to us as 60%, right. Volume flow rate of the air is given to us as 250 meter cube per minute. Okay, converting that into meter cube per second, because we want to calculate the capacity in kilowatt. Okay, so we have to convert the volume flow rate of air in meter cube per second, right. So 250 divided by 60, okay, this will give us the volume flow rate of air as 4.167 meter cube per second, right. The dry bulb temperature of the air leaving the cooling coil, this is now capital T with subscript 2, okay, 2 denotes the outlet, equal to 14 degrees Celsius, it is given to us as 14 degrees Celsius dry bulb temperature. Okay, bypass factor is 0.1, already given to us as 0.1, right. Okay, and what we are required to find out: the apparatus dew point of the cooling coil, right, phi 2, that is relative humidity at the outlet, refrigeration or the capacity, cooling capacity of the coil in kilowatt, that we have to calculate. Okay, and SHF means the sensible heat factor. Okay, so here is the schematic of the problem that is given to us. Okay, so here as you can see we have a duct, right, and we have a cooling coil. Okay, and air entering in the cooling coil has the dry bulb temperature equal to T1, it is already specified as 30 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is phi 1, already given to us as 60%, right, and the cooling coil is there as you can see, right, whose temperature is not given to us, only the bypass factor of the coil is given to us. Okay, and T2 and phi 2, right. Now capital T2 is the dry bulb temperature at outlet, this is given to us as 14 degrees Celsius, already told to you. Phi 2 we have to determine. Okay, and in addition to that we have the volume flow rate of the air. Okay, already we have find out 4.167 meter cube per second, right? This value is given to us. Okay, so we already are aware of the bypass factor, okay, when we discussed the definition in the previous lecture. Now bypass factor is equal to potential unutilized divided by maximum potential available. Okay, so if you refer my previous lecture, okay, then you will find that we have come to the final expression as BPF, which is nothing but bypass factor, equal to T2 minus ADP. T2 is arrival temperature of the air at the exit, ADP is the apparatus dew point, as I already told you just now, and T1 minus ADP, this is the arrival temperature at the inlet minus ADP again. Okay, so bypass factor BPF is given to us as 0.1, we put the value over here, and T2 and T1 again we put the value. Okay, in place of T2 we put 14 and in place of T1 we put 30. Okay, and upon calculating we obtain the value of ADP equal to 12.22 degrees Celsius. Let us now see how to calculate the value of phi 2, that is relative humidity at the outlet, okay, and as well as capacity of cooling oil in kilowatt and sensible heat factor. Let us now see how to find out the value of relative humidity at outlet, okay, capacity of cooling coil, and finally sensible heat factor. Okay, so for that what you have to do, you have to locate the point on the psychrometric chart. Okay, so if you see the psychrometric chart, actually psychrometric chart, okay, then you will find that this is the boundary. You will notice a boundary, outer boundary, which is drawn by the black color. Okay, and then the nature of constant arrival temperature lines are the vertical parallel line, as you can see, which are shown by the green color over here. Okay, and constant relative humidity lines, okay, as shown by the blue lines, are nothing but the constant relative humidity line. Okay, so apart from that you have the inclined lines which show the uh, inclined parallel lines, okay, which shows the enthalpy of the air. Okay, and it will be seen on the psychrometric chart in this manner, right? So first what you have to do, you have to locate a point, okay, on this psychrometric chart, and then you will note the value using the psychrometric chart. Okay, so point number 1 corresponding to, remember point number 1 was T1 equal to 30 degrees Celsius, okay, and phi 1 was equal to 60%. Okay, so let us say I am assuming here that point number 1 lies on this is the 30 degrees Celsius line, okay, and this is the phi equal to 60%, phi equal to 60%, and this is the 30 degrees Celsius. So if I see over here, okay, but you have to see the intersection of this 30 degree vertical line with the curve corresponding to relative humidity equal to 60%. So the point will be here. So first you have to locate a point number 1, with the help of dry bulb temperature and the relative humidity phi 1. Okay, this is T1, right? Now in the previous few minutes we have calculated the ADP equal to 12.22 degrees Celsius. Okay, so what we will do now, we will locate a dry bulb temperature line corresponding to 12.22, okay, 12.22 degrees Celsius. Again, if I assume that this is 12.22 degree line, so I will mark a point on the 100% relative humidity. Okay, this phi is equal to 100%. Locate a point corresponding to ADP with a value equal to 12.22 degrees Celsius. Okay, on a 100% relative humidity curve, you will obtain a point like this. Okay, now join these two points with the help of a straight line. Okay, right? And also remember that dry bulb temperature T2 is given to us as 14 degrees Celsius. Okay, right? So if I now take the 14 degrees Celsius line, okay, on this one, so if I assume over here, let me draw a vertical line over here. Okay, let us say this is point number 2. This will be just below the 100% relative humidity line, okay, on the actual psychrometric chart. Okay, so point number 2, this is point number 1, right? What you have to do at point number 2, there will be a relative humidity curve corresponding to point number 2, and the line will be like this one, and it will be passing through point number 2. Okay, so from the psychrometric chart, if you find out the value of point of relative humidity at point number 2, you will see that this value will come out to be equal to 93%. Okay, that is relative humidity at the outlet will be equal to 93% now. Okay, similarly, if you find out the value of enthalpy at point number 2 and enthalpy at point number 1 using the psychrometric chart, okay, you will notice that enthalpy will come out to be equal to 38.2 at point number 2, okay, and at point number 1, right, the enthalpy will come out to be equal to 72.9 kilojoule per kg of dry air. Okay, remember in the psychrometric the enthalpy values are specified in terms of kilojoule per kg of dry air, right? So point number 1 we have the enthalpy 72.9, point number 2 we have the enthalpy 38.2, and also at point number 2 we have the relative humidity as 93%. Okay, again what you have to do, you have to find out the specific volume at point number 1. So if you notice the psychrometric chart, these constant specific volume lines are like this. Okay, and if you find out the value of specific volume at point number 1, it will come out to be 0.882 meter cube per kg. Okay, and you already know that density is equal to 1 by specific volume, right? So if I calculate the density at point number 1 of the air at point number 1, then it will come out to be 1 by specific volume at point number 1, and this we have already calculated equal to 0.882. So the density of air at point number 1 will be 1.134 kg per meter cube. Okay, so apart from that, what we have to do, we have to find out the sensible heat factor also. Okay, right, and capacity of cooling coil. Okay, that I will take up in a short while, right? So what we have to do apart from this, we have to draw a horizontal line from point number 2, okay, and vertical line from point number 1, right? Intersection of this point will give us point number A. Okay, and we have to find out the enthalpy also at point number A. Okay, using the psychrometric chart, right? Because this will help us in calculating the sensible heat factor. Okay, so if I note down the value of enthalpy at point number A using this, okay, then I will find that the value of enthalpy at point number A is equal to 55.0 kilojoule per kg of dry air. Okay, next I will now explain the capacity of the cooling coil, how we can find out. So capacity of cooling coil, this will be equal to rho 1 into volume flow rate of air multiplied by H1 minus H2. Okay, right? So density we have just calculated equal to 1.134. Volume flow rate we have calculated already as equal to 4.167, okay, meter cube per second, into enthalpy at point number 1 is 72.9, okay, minus 55.0. Sorry, not 55.0, here it will be 38. Okay, right? So if you calculate this answer will come out to be equal to 163.96 kilowatt. So the sensible heat factor can be calculated as equal to sensible heat divided by sensible heat plus latent heat. Okay, so in one of my few previous lectures I told you that latent heat is nothing but equal to H1 minus HA. Okay, and sensible heat is difference between the enthalpy at point number A to the difference to that of point number 2. Okay, this is nothing but equal to sensible heat. Okay, so sensible heat will be equal to HA minus H2 divided by HA minus H2 plus latent heat is H1 minus HA. Right? So this is equal to now HA we have 55.0 minus H2 we have 38.2 divided by HA again we have 55.0 minus 38.2 plus we have enthalpy at point number 1 is 72.9 minus 55.0. Okay, so the sensible heat factor will come out to be equal to 0.484. Okay, right? So this is how we have to calculate the value of sensible heat factor. Okay, now we have to find out all the 4 parameters that were asked in the numerical problem. I hope the solution of this numerical problem is clear to all of you. Thank you for this lecture.